We're live.
Ah, are we officially live? Like everyone
We're
can
live, live. We're as live as it gets.
This is awesome. Hey guys, I'm super excited that you guys are here. Make sure that you give our very best to Encore because this is a big deal. He's the CEO. He doesn't have time for us with our little games, okay? So you guys have to be like revved up and show him how rich and roll. Encore, thank you so much for hopping on and having us on this super cool webinar.
Thanks, Nicole. It's great to be here. Yeah, I think I was super blown away when you were in New York, and your entire community was here in our office, and to see your community and group interact in real time was awesome. Our entire company was like, do they know each other forever? There's so much happiness, joy, and laughter. Like they must be lifelong friends. And Nicole's saying, no, I'm meeting a lot of people for the first time. But that is awesome. I'm super stoked, guys. I'm really, really excited. I would love to know where you guys are tuning in from. I am here in New York. Nicole was at our office recently. Nicole, where are you right now?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia, you guys. I've got a speaking event this weekend. I know I'm going to see a bunch of you guys there. So we're all over the place.
That is awesome. Guys, would love to type in chat where you guys are tuning in from. I'm super excited about this. So in this workshop, we're going to cover, and if any of you already have a course, type that into chat as well. Because in this workshop, we're going to cover everything we know about online courses. I'm going to talk about how you can get started building your first course, all the way to kind of having a big launch, and then sharing with you a couple of exciting announcements on what we've been working at Teachable. So without much further ado, we're on a tight schedule. I want to try and keep this to an hour. So let me pull up my slides.
Cool. Guys, bring your very best questions and all your awesome engagement because you know how we like to do it. So all the good stuff. This is your time.
Sweet. Can you see my slides, Nicole?
Yes, I can.
Super fancy. Guys. Yeah, no, honestly, we have an amazing team here that does all of this. I'm just a talking puppet. I'm just told to come up here and speak, and they've made beautiful slides. This is great, guys. Let's dive in. The Teachable method, how to create an online course and 2x your sales. Who is this workshop for? This workshop is exactly for you if you sell digital products or services online. Maybe you're a business owner, coach, consultant. Even if you're not actually selling products or services online but want to, this workshop is perfect for you. If you're someone that already has an online course or plans to have an online course, this workshop is designed for you since we're going to cover 1, how to create an online course, and then 2, strategies you can take to maximize your revenue per student. Ultimately, if you're looking to grow your business while helping people and making a social impact, this is for you. So if we already have anyone here with a school on Teachable outside of Nicole, type it into chat. I would love to know what your school is, so we can give you a shout out. We have a couple of people from the Teachable team in chat as well. They would love to check it out. So we did this workshop a couple of days ago. It's brand new content, but we did it with Pat Flynn, and he said, this is one of the best webinars he's ever seen. It was very, he definitely flattered us very well, but we've spent a lot of time preparing the content here. This is the result of a lot of work, and I get in return, I'm super grateful that you're giving me your valuable time. In return, I promise to give you, everything we know, everything I can cover in 60 minutes. And after that, whatever leftover questions you have, I know Nicole's going live in her group, and whatever left, I'll tell you where you can get that help after the hour. So, all right, Robert has a school, pen and paper out. Mirelle is in here. That's awesome. Guys, so here's what we're gonna cover. Here's the quick agenda for what we're gonna do. 1, we're going to start with the why. Like, why is Nicole building courses? Why are we so excited about courses? Why should you build a course? And then dive into the 7-step process that we recommend everyone does for launching a successful online course. Then how to choose your most profitable course topic, case studies from course creators. And at the end of the workshop, we have a surprise product announcement that's going to help course creators like you make more money. And we'll end it with a live Q&A with Nicole and I. So the only thing I need from you, right? So we have a couple of free gifts for you for hanging on in the end. The only thing I need from you before we can get started is I want to hear some energy. I want you to type in chat. I want you to tell me you're excited. I want you to tell me you're ready to do this, ready to get started, and we'll dive right in. Nicole, are you excited?
I'm always excited. Everyone knows, like, I love anything that involves receiving free. So, and this whole course training is right up our alley because our community is all about how can we make money. We are all about profitability. So awesome. This is ready for us.
Tequila is ready. Pamela is ready. Yes. Robert is ready. Let's do this, guys. All right. So why courses? Why are we all excited about courses? One, as Nicole pointed out, the money, right? You can make an extra $1,000 on the side or replace your full-time income with your online course. So I'd love to hear from you. What amount of money, like what monthly income is going to make a meaningful difference into your life? Like type in A, B, C, D, or E in chat. Obviously, we'd all like to be over $10,000 a month, but what amount of money will make a realistic change to the quality of your life right now? And what's cool about courses is not just the fact that you can make money with courses, everyone knows that, but the scalability factor is really cool. I mean, Nicole, you were in corporate America. How long would it take you to pretty much double your salary in a traditional job?
I quit because the answer was never. Yeah. It was never. It wasn't going to happen.
With a course, you can have twice as many people in your email list and make twice as much. Or you can have the same amount of people in your email list, charge twice as much, and make twice as much. So the scalability of online courses is super, super cool. I'm looking at the chat, a bunch of B's and C's, a lot of people around the $5,000 a month mark. Some people want $10,000 a month, but whatever it is, like with courses, you have the ability to effectively buy freedom and flexibility to spend your time doing what you truly love. So second reason courses are amazing is you do the hard work up front and then your course becomes an asset. You're no longer trading time for dollars. You put the work in up front and then your course does the work for you, which is super cool. The third one, and Nicole knows this better than most, you become a mini celebrity in your space. You're surrounded by a community of people just like you, a community of people you cherish, a community of people that identify you as a thought leader in the space. And I know you can vouch for that, Nicole, but like you can do that with online courses.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Everyone knows I'm the most regular person in the entire world.
Yeah. Yep. So the fourth reason online courses are amazing is you can get results quickly, right? Unlike writing a book where sometimes it can take you multiple years in order to ship your first draft, 15 days, is how long we've seen people go from, starting to invest in courses, running a pre-sale successfully and making their first sale. So, we see a lot of people who like within 30, 40 minutes, very often, manage to get a basic sales page set up, set a price, and are actually able to pre-sell. So the fifth reason courses are amazing is you can help a lot of people at the same time. Unlike coaching one-on-one, unlike helping people, with consulting, unlike, actually performing services for people, courses are so scalable that you can create the course once and have an impact on, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people. So for all these reasons, we're super, super jazzed about courses. I'd love to hear from you. What's your why? Which of these reasons are why you're excited about online courses? Nicole, what was your why when you created your first online course?
I wanted to help people. I wanted to reach people with the solution quickly and effectively, and I wanted them to have access to it even when I wasn't available to be online. So Teachable and courses made sense for me.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Robert wants to know about pre-selling. We'll cover that. Julia likes the fact that you can help so many people at the same time. Tequila likes to help people at the same time. The impact you can have with courses is truly, truly, amazing. So who are we? Who am I? Why, why am I here talking about online courses? So my name is Ankur Nagpal. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Teachable. We help people create and sell online courses. The overall mission behind Teachable is we want to help people take their expertise, take their knowledge, take, all the information in their head and earn a living converting that expertise into dollars. That's what we look at ourselves doing. Right now, the way we do that is by building a course hosting platform. We're 60 people in New York City. And we put this presentation because we're a little bit different from other course hosting platforms in that we don't identify our success purely based on, how many paying subscribers we have or how much revenue we make as a company. One of the biggest metrics we measure is how successful our customers are. So we look very, very closely at what is the total number of students our customers have and what is the total amount of revenue they are generating. And those two things are numbers we monitor very, very, very closely. So as a result, we've watched 20,000 plus people launch courses. We've seen them reach 7 million students. That slide needs to be updated. We've seen instructors make almost $90 million in course sales in the last few years. So, we looked at that data, we studied it, we tried to identify trends. We talked to our top instructors, our top customers, solved their issues, kind of found their frustrations. And we came to a really interesting conclusion where we realized that we could make a few simple tweaks to our product and actually help people get more revenue and get more students by doing nothing else. Like literally, we could change stuff on our end to make our customers more money and help them reach more students. And that's what we spent the last 9 months and the last, about $1 million of research and development money in terms of building these changes for you guys. And that's what I'm going to share with you at the end of this is what are these new changes? What do we have to launch that's going to make it so much easier to, earn more money and get more students, pretty much on autopilot. And before we do that, I want to, cover the 7-step process we recommend every single person in the world that's starting with online courses invests in order to create a successful, profitable online course. So here are the 7 steps real quick. We're going to start with finding your most profitable course idea, setting your income goals for the course using our magic formula, 3, building your email list, 4th, pricing. And what's interesting here is we don't create our content till step 5. The goal is we do all the work. We validate that there's a market for the course. We validate that you have people to buy the course, and only then are we going to create the content. Then we're going to handle the technology. Then in step 7 is when I'm going to talk about the new stuff. What simple changes can you make to maximize the number of students you get and how you can make more money using upsells? So step 1, Nicole, are you ready?
Yes, I'm so ready for this.
All right, so step 1, finding a profitable course idea. I want you guys to tell me which one you identify into. Are you someone that you're excited and you want to do an online course, but you have no idea what the course is going to be about at all? You're still step 0, have no idea what your course is. Number 2 is where you have a broad topic. You have kind of this big idea, but you need help making it very, very specific. Or 3rd is, and this is where I was, where you have like 70,000 ideas and you want to do one of all. Nicole, when you started, which one were you out of these?
I definitely 100% was a person who had an idea. I just needed to refine it and get it into a platform that worked.
Nice. So Nicole's number 2, bunch of 2s and 3s. All right, guys. So no matter who you are, the first thing I want to talk about is how there's no such thing as a completely unprofitable topic area. So we had, one of our first ever teachers, Angela, she was a stay-at-home mom. Her passion has always been watercolor painting. And she wanted to build an online course, and she's, an amazing artist. Like she has a YouTube channel, like very, very amazing at what she does. But she was concerned that, all the classes she saw online were about, how to build a blog, how to programming or marketing or design. She was concerned that would there be a market for watercolor painting? And in the following, months, she put her course up, and in her very first month, she made $2,000 in sales. She then, kind of moved it to $8,000 a month in sales. And after Angela, we started seeing hundreds of people like that. Like just in the last few months, we've seen people, make over 5 figures selling courses on how to play the handpan, which is a musical instrument. We've seen a course on intermediate blacksmithing, not beginner blacksmithing or advanced blacksmithing, intermediate blacksmithing. We've seen card magic. We've seen cartooning. We've seen scrapbooking. We've seen, like the kinds of topics where we've seen people make a sustainable income is not limited just to blogging, not limited just to marketing, not limited just to design. And that's super, super cool, super powerful to see. So whatever your passion is, guys, we're going to workshop a way to make that a profitable course topic. So what I want you to do is on a piece of paper, I want you to write down all the possible topics you think you're qualified to teach about. So maybe these are things you're already good at. Maybe it's things you're not necessarily good at, but you're interested in being better at. Or maybe it's stuff that you do professionally, that you get paid to do, that you're trained to do. Let's just start by making a long list, not necessarily long, but there can be 6 to 8 topics that you think you could teach about. And while you do that, I want to handle a very, very common objection I've heard, and I keep hearing over and over, and I get it. And it goes something like this. The objection is, I really I don't know if you hear this, Nicole, tell me if you do, but I really want to build an online course. I really want to sell a course. I can see my course with my name on it, but I have this nagging fear inside me that who am I to teach? There's so many people I have that are my mentors and they have courses. Why would someone pay to learn from me? Have you ever heard that from anyone Nicole?
Oh yes, I'm pretty sure we've got some people nodding their heads right now.
Yeah. And guys, trust me, it's a very, very common thing. It's everyone starts there. But we had a revelation a while back when we're talking to 2 instructors, John and Elliot, who taught the most successful programming class of all time. And when we dug into the data, we found that John and Elliot were not professional programmers. They had no computer science degree. They'd never been paid to program. They were just like two kids that wanted to learn how to code, struggled for many, many years, failed many times, looked at all the free stuff online, trying to teach themselves, and then kind of became moderately okay programmers. But guess what? They were better teachers because of it, because their journey, their story resonated with people. And that's what we found. People don't want to necessarily buy courses from the very, very best person. They want to buy it from the person who's the best teacher for them. And very often, being the best teacher for someone doesn't mean being phenomenal. It means being 1 to 2 to 3 steps better than them, so you can actually relate to their journey. And as soon as I thought about that, like, that completely changed my mind, because then I'm like, I can now, pick up a skill, and when I get a little bit better, I can start teaching it, because by virtue of being a beginner recently, I might be a better teacher. And that's what I find really cool about, building Teachable, is we're all uniquely qualified to be better teachers to people that, we're most like. So that completely changed my mind. It kind of took away from the I'm not an expert thing, and just reframed it to how can you be 1, 2, or 3 steps ahead of someone in order to teach them a course. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Nicole?
Makes perfect sense.
Awesome. So if being an expert doesn't matter, if the topic doesn't matter, what matters? And guys, there's one thing and one thing only that matters with your online course. And if you don't have this, it's not even a course. It's a collection of videos, and that is the transformation. We call it the butterfly effect, not the Ashton Kutcher movie. But think about how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. That's what your online course is. Your course needs to provide one very specific transformation, one very specific outcome. And at the end of the day, that's what your course is. Your course is an outcome. This sounds bad, but no one wants to buy your course. Literally no one wants your course. They don't care about your course. They're buying the outcome. They're buying the butterfly. They're buying, if you look at a fitness commercial, they're buying the after picture. That's what your course is. Your course is selling an outcome, selling a transformation. It's not a collection of videos. Your course is an outcome. If you forget everything else I say today and remember that your course is an outcome, that is all that matters. So what this means is, for all the topics you've written down, I want you to write down what is the most powerful transformation or outcome that your course can provide. And here are a couple of examples, like a very specific one. Charlie Hone, how to land a job you love, a very specific outcome. Jessica Sprague, learn how to create digital scrapbooks in 30 days. Nicole, what's the transformation your course has, just as an example? Like, what is the outcome people get from taking your course?
That would be money in their bank account.
Very clear, very specific, very specific transformation. But that's what I want you to workshop when you're thinking about an idea, is your course is just a transformation. And if you get that part right, you get the transformation right, everything else will flow. So while we're at it, the last kind of myth I want to overcome is a lot of people feel like the more information in your course, the more packed with many hours of video, the more valuable it is. Do any of you feel that way? Tell me in chat so I can call you out and tell you you are wrong. If you think about your course as an outcome, if you think about taking someone to the after picture, right? If you think about the transformation, people want to get there as fast as possible. Your course is a shortcut to an outcome. Your course needs to take people to the outcome as fast as possible. And by not doing that, you're doing them a disservice. A lot of times people are like, why would anyone buy my course when there's so much free information? It's because that's what your course is meant to do. It's meant to cut through the noise. People trade, time is precious. If I can pay money to learn something faster, get to an outcome faster than wasting time with lots of free information, that's what your course is. That's why I'm going to buy your course. Your course needs to take me to the outcome and the transformation as fast as possible. And the faster you take me there, the more valuable it is. And I like it. Nicole, you have a very, very smart audience. Everyone's like, yep, don't want the overwhelm of too much information. Less is more. Want to take people as fast to the outcome as possible. So, your people already know what's up.
Oh, yeah.
But guys, so, to wrap it all up, again, your course is an outcome. It's a transformation. So for you to find your perfect course idea, step 1, write down all the topics you're passionate about, skills you have, experiences. Step 2, write the specific outcome or transformation each idea has. And ultimately, the most impactful transformation is the most profitable course idea you have. All right, got it. Step one. Step one is honestly, it seems simple, but everything flows from there. When you have the transformation dialed in, guys, this all starts making sense. So step two, let's do some math. Let's set some income goals so we can make our launches predictable. Now, most of you know this, but the easiest way to launch a course is with a small and engaged email list. Like most people, for the first launch, do it by sending an email to their list. Don't worry if you don't have a list. We'll talk about how to do that. But if you launch to an email list, that's how most people make their first course sales. So here's roughly what the math ends up looking like. You have number of subscribers in your email list multiplied by the percentage of people on your email list that buy into the price of your course is equal to the total revenue you make. Does that make sense? Cool. So let's do some math and figure out what those numbers are. So I'll walk through some sample numbers, and I want you to kind of pick your numbers as well and figure out how many subscribers you need on your email list. So for my course, I want to make $5,000 for my course. My first launch, $5,000. I'd be pretty happy. That's my goal. And I'm going to sell my course for $300. And if you don't know how much you're going to sell it for, I would personally pick, $200 to $400, definitely under $100, and we'll talk about pricing in a little bit. But for now, I'm going to pick $300. And for the conversion rate, I think you can safely put 2%. We've seen people convert much, much, much higher than 2%, but I would rather you be conservative here and end up doing better than you expected. So put 2% blindly, put $300. So what this means is the first thing that comes up is I only need to sell 17 copies of my course. That is not a lot, guys. Like that is not a lot of copies at all to make $5,000. The second thing, and I see Jess saying, did he say not under $100? I absolutely said not under $100, and we'll talk about that more in a second, but not under $100. But the second thing is, when I do this math, it's 800 email subscribers, and I can actually, hit my income goals. And then the entire thing becomes really, really simple. I no longer need to worry about anything, but how do I get the 850 email subscribers? You take this whole complicated course launch, and it's now become one number, 850. I now have one single goal. I want to hit 850 email subscribers. Nothing else matters. Until I hit 850 email subscribers, I'm not going to think about my content. I'm not going to think about anything else. I'm just going to hit that number, and then I know safely that I will make at least $5,000 with my launch. Does that make sense? Awesome. Cool. So now we have our number, 850. So now our game becomes really, really simple. How do we get that 850 email subscribers? And I know Nicole's talked to you a bunch about it. A lot of people here are not new to the idea of list building. I'm still going to cover it because it's really, really important. But every single person in the history of the world, in the history of the universe, has built their email list the exact same way. They have given away free valuable, something that's valuable, something that's great for free in exchange for an email address, right? Nicole, tell us how you built your email list real quick, Nicole.
So I built my email list by giving away awesome content for free live and directing people to my goodies so they could buy right away.
Yep. So that's how, you build your email list. You give value, build an email list. And guys, we have a flagship online course we put together that's kind of like this webinar, but just in much, much more detail, where we outline 18 different strategies you can use. I don't have that kind of time. I'm going to cover 3 strategies really, really quickly. But again, the goal is not to do all of them. The goal is to find 1 or 2 things. Like for Nicole, live worked really well. Everyone has their different channels. Find the channel that works for you and do it well. It's not about doing all 18. Three channels that work really well just to get the ideas flowing is one is the giveaway. The giveaway is really, really simple. Basically, if you can buy a bundle of stuff your audience is likely to care about and give it away to one lucky winner. It's almost like a raffle entry where they enter their email address in order to enter the giveaway to get a chance to win the prize. Where it gets interesting though is after someone joins, you tell them they can get 3 to 5 additional entries for every person they refer to your giveaways. It's a viral giveaway. And there's a bunch of tools like King Sumo giveaways, Gleam.io, and can someone from Teachable please type those in a chat so people catch that make it really, really simple. But if you have a small email list that you send to the giveaway, you can guarantee growing it by a good percentage just by giving a prize to one person. So really, really simple. A lot of people do it before their launches, works really well. The second method, and this, I personally really like this because you can do this all on Teachable and it takes almost no extra work and no extra money at all, is the mini course. So if you have a premium bigger course, you can take one specific module from there that you've already developed and just give it away for free. And by doing that, you can put sometimes hundreds or thousands of people in your mini course, but more importantly, they're the right audience because they're interested in exactly what your course is about. You can start building a relationship with them. You can prove how good your content is. And at the end of the day, when you're ready to launch, they'll already like you. They'll already know what your content is, and you'll be in a really, really good position to sell to them. And that's something Angela actually did. So I talked about how Angela used to make $2,000 a month and then went to $8,000 a month. The way she did that is she made one very simple change. She used to go from her YouTube channel to straight away telling people to buy her course. Instead, she changed it for her YouTube videos to tell people to sign up for a free mini course. And at the end of the free mini course, she told people, hey, why don't you buy my premium course? That one simple change of adding a mini course, adding a step in the middle, actually ended up having her convert more people, 4 times as many people, just by having a free mini course. So who here thinks they can create a free mini course, right? If you're creating a free course, it's the same thing. Just create, a couple of videos, give it away for free, collect email addresses. The last method I'm going to cover, today, and again, there's so many different ways. These are just 3 examples. It's not at all like necessary 3 ones. There's so many different ways of doing this. But 3 examples, but method number 3 is a webinar, just like this. By taking your content and presenting it live to people and asking them to opt in with an email address in order to watch it, you can generate, 400 to 600 subscribers a webinar. A lot of times you can, do things like partner with someone else and you both promote the webinar and you both kind of share the email addresses collected. Online live workshops are a great way of delivering a ton of value and asking for an email address in order to get there. So a bunch of people in chat, Ashley says, I can do it. Jess said, I'm sure I could. Kim Thomas could do it. Julia Carlson can do it. Guys, we can all do this. This is not hard. The biggest thing is we've now simplified our goal. We just need those 850 email subscribers. Whether we do a mini course, whether we do a giveaway, whether we do, whether we go live, whatever channel we choose, that's all we have to do. Give value, get those email addresses, and then we're good to go. We have our list and we can actually think about pricing and launching our course, knowing that we've done the hard work up front. We've done the difficult stuff. Now it's just a case of ringing the cash register. Sweet. Pricing your course the right way. So yeah, someone in chat said, should I not price my course under $100? Yeah, now let's talk about that. If you're considering making a course under $100, Nicole, I don't want to, have you ever, what's your take on pricing? I'm curious to hear what you think.
Well, it depends. So I tend not to do free things. So with my mini courses, they typically are priced in the like $97 range. But 1K One Day, when I first launched it for the beta, was $97 because it wasn't about money. It was about data. But after that, very quickly, I went up to the $397 mark. Yep. And now it's presently $597 for enrollment.
Yep. I mean, for what it's worth, yeah, what we say is the minimum you can do is 100, and I'm including 97 and 99 and all of that. That's still at the kind of starter threshold, which I think you should do. But what I want to avoid people doing, and it's a trap a lot of people fall into if they start out in marketplaces, is like their premium course being $25, their premium course being $20, their premium course being $40. And there's many reasons for it. I mean, one is, the data. We have hard data. Our top instructors on average charge $272 a course. But it's about more than that. It's about your brand value. I want you to think about how can you be the Rolls Royce? How can you be the Apple product? How can you compete not on price, but compete because people know this is the best product. This is a premium product. And I want you to challenge yourself to make your course a premium product. And it's really, really important, not just because more expensive equal to more money. The interesting thing is you get better students when you charge more. That's been one of the fascinating insights we've seen with our data is you have higher quality students just by charging more for the exact same course. By higher quality, I mean, they're more likely to consume the course. They watch more of it. They report a higher satisfaction rating. They're less likely to ask a refund. They're less likely to have a chargeback. You simply get better quality people when you charge more that value your time, that value your expertise, and it's a win-win for both parties. Oh, sorry, I had it on Nicole. But yeah, so guys, it's insane. Like you just by charging more, you can increase the quality of your students. And of course, the math checks out. $1,000 a month, at $500 a course, you have to make 2 sales. At $200 a course, you have to make 5 sales. Like these numbers are not impossible. Like, at 10 to 20 sales, you can start making a really, 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 really good income. And yeah, but again, I think the chat's just talking fully about Nicole Skin at this point. So
you don't know us. This is how we do things on Core.
Yeah. Awesome. Guys, so as I was saying, Nicole's skin does look amazing. But,
back to business.
Yeah, back to business. But like it's a very approachable number to actually hit your income goals. Like these are not hard things to do. The only thing is, and we're going to talk about psychology for a second, is anyone launching their first course, and Nicole mentioned this too, is I just know you're going to do this because I've seen this a million times. So just trust me, you're going to undercharge. I already know you're going to charge less than you're worth if it's your first course. Like I've seen this a million times. Like when you're first starting out, you feel like your information is not that valuable. Like it's a really hard psychology thing to overcome unless you're a sociopath of like, charging the right amount and charging what you're worth. So I want you to do this with me. Like just, even if you think I'm crazy, do this with me. I promise you it will be worth it. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the price you're thinking for your course, your first online course. So for Nicole's first course, it would have been, $99. I want you to just believe me, take a leap of faith and double it. Just double it right now. And if that makes you uncomfortable, work backwards and think about how can you make the course worth twice as much. I want you all to just double your price right now. Take a pledge, whatever price you're thinking, multiply it by 2, and to kind of solidify it. And this is cheesy, but I'm going to do this in chat right now. Nicole, I want you to do this in chat right now too. I want us all to type in chat, I will charge more. All caps. Let's just get it going. Have everyone type this in at the exact same time, but have everyone collectively decide to charge more, double our prices, and then work backwards to make it all work out. There we go. Gail's heart is pounding. It makes you uncomfortable. That's fine. The discomfort is a part of the process. The discomfort helps. Work backwards. You'll have a better product because of it. And look at the chat go. This is great. Awesome, guys. Whew. There we go. Nicole's going to hold you to this. That's great. All right, step 5, creating course content that people will love, right? So again, we've done all the work now. We've done all the hard stuff. We've done pricing. We've figured out our email list. Now we're just ringing the cash register and delivering content. And again, you might think creating course content seems like a lot of work, but the good news is if you remember what's important, it's all about the transformation. It's all about the outcome. If you have the outcome central, creating course content becomes really, really, really easy. If you have the outcome, you can work backwards and ultimately think about what are the steps someone needs to take to reach the outcome. So imagine the outcome is, let's say the outcome is you're going to teach someone how to negotiate a raise in their corporate job. You could come up with what are the steps needed. One might be like the psychology of it, making them comfortable asking for a raise. Step 2 could be, emailing your boss or HR to set up a meeting. Step 3 could be preparing a list of your accomplishments, preparing what you've done since the last time you had a review. Step 4 could be, conducting yourself in the meeting, how you present this information. Step 5 could be follow-up, and step 6 could be throwing a party because it worked. Whatever it is, I'm not an expert at this topic, clearly, but it's really just coming up with this list of steps that take someone to the outcome. And each step becomes what we at Teachable call a section. And each section in turn has shorter video lectures that go over how to achieve kind of that mini goal. Nicole, do you do your content any differently? How do you do your content?
No, this is exactly how my content's done. It's all about breaking it out. One of the tips that I recommend is actually using note cards when you start building this all out, so you can see it visually before you start putting it in, so you can switch things around as necessary.
Yep, awesome. Guys, so that's really all that it is. Like let's for a second talk about what not to do. So I'm gonna, it's very easy to talk about what to do, what not to do, because I see a lot of people mess this up. And here's a full list of stuff not to do. One thing not to do is to spend many, many months recording and re-recording and re-recording your videos because you're worried you're saying or ah too many times. One thing not to do is getting stuck in like a perfectionism mode here where you always keep editing and re-editing and just never getting it out there. The place most people mess this up is the psychology of it, of not actually getting it done. It takes discipline, but putting a date and working backwards and getting it out there is the single biggest tip I can have. I mean, yes, I can talk about how to record a PowerPoint or keynote, but that's not the important stuff here. The important stuff here is like getting it done, getting it out there. Your course does not get better sitting on your hard drive. The only way your course gets better is with actual students going through it and telling you what parts are good and what parts are not. And trust me, if you are thinking about the outcome, if you are thinking about the transformation, that's all that matters. Students don't care if you say or ah. They don't care if you're facing the video or if it's not, or if you're none of that matters. What matters is the outcome, the transformation. And as long as you have that as the primary goal, you will be successful. And the last thing is, remember, what's cool about an online course is this is not a book. It is a living product. You can always go back and make it better. That's one of the things I used to do, to make myself comfortable, is I would record something and I'd be like, no, this is not perfect. And then I would be like, you know what, put it out there. And if 1 week from now, you want to go back and edit it, do it. I almost never would go back and edit it, but that's a kind of a psychology thing to get yourself comfortable with, releasing it is like, oh, I'll just release it now. And if I don't like it in 3 days, I'll go back and, re-record it. But the most important thing is just getting it out there. And now that you have that, the actual, tactics of it is simple. Like most people record slides just like this, use PowerPoint or Keynote. You can record within PowerPoint or Keynote, or on a Mac, we've seen people use ScreenFlow, on a Windows computer, Camtasia. The goal again here is think about the student, think about the outcome, have slides that convey your point based on what your topic is. Maybe if you're doing a tech tutorial, you'll record your entire screen. But the goal is, think about the transformation and the outcome. So it's an online course though, so you can have fun with it. But when you're comfortable with video, you can start throwing in other stuff in. You can throw in quizzes. You can throw in, recordings with expert interviews. You can throw in cheat sheets. You can throw in case studies. You can have discussion forums. You can have live hangouts. There's a lot of fun you can have after you master the basics. But the basic principle is get your content out there. Get it in the hands of students. Focus on the transformation and see if your course helps them make the change in their life that they're buying the course for. That's all that matters, guys. It's not whether you say or ah in your videos. It's not, how beautiful your slides are. It's nothing else. It's just the transformation, and setting a deadline is the way to guarantee you getting it done. And for those of you, by the way, Nicole, I don't know if you want to do this, but if anyone here wants us to hold them accountable, we should have them type it into chat as to when they are going to get it done by.
Ooh.
Just to have some level of accountability.
Oh man, you guys, who's ready to put in a date? Because you guys know I actually am going to hold you to that. So.
Yeah, the chat's going to start getting real quiet.
If you guys can give me a month,
yeah,
I would love to see it. November, December,
yep,
April 2018.
Yep. Need specifics, guys. December 2nd, November 1st.
I love that. Okay.
Kim's like, oh.
I love this.
Yep, there we go.
Yes, Melissa, I love this.
Yep.
And remember, mini courses count, you guys. Mini courses count. You got this.
And for those of you for whom it's your first course too, there's also the psychology of doing your first course will make every single thing easier in the future. Every single thing.
Yes. This is great, you guys. And I love that I'm seeing so many of you say before 2018.
I think we need to push back on the November 1st, 2018. What do you think?
I know, Kim Ford. Come on.
We need to push back on that. Yeah, that's a year and 2 months out. So, or a year and a month and a bit. But all right, cool. All right, Nicole, I'm going to send you this chat. I'm going to send you a transcript. We're going to hold everyone highly accountable to this. Man. All right, guys. Step 6, create your course website. Yep. Oh, she meant 2017. Okay, there we go.
Okay, got it. Perfect.
All right, guys. Now let's talk technology, right? A lot of people are worried about this, and honestly, technology used to be hard. That's why we exist. But regardless of what solution you choose, 6 things I want you to think about when you're deciding to put your course online. And this is what's important to me. This is what is, part of the reason as to why we built this company is 1, I want my course to be beautiful. I want it to look good. I want it to feel good. Like, it's 2017. Most websites are beautiful. Why should my website not be beautiful? And I want to be able to create it without any technical expertise. 2, it's got to be my brand. These are this is my brand, my website. It needs to be my domain, my colors, my logo. Like, ultimately, this is a reflection of who I am online, and it's got to reflect that. Number 3 is I want my course to be mobile optimized. I want it to look good on a mobile device, feel good on a mobile device. At the end of the day, again, it's table stakes in 2017. Like, about 1/3 of all web traffic is on a mobile device. So your course better look really good and feel really good on a mobile device. 4th is, and this is really, really important, is you want control over your student data. You want to have email addresses for everyone that is in your course. While you can put up a course on Udemy or Skillshare or, like a YouTube video, it's not your business unless you actually have a communication channel directly with your customers. It's not your business. It's, it's a way of getting, money on the side or whatever, but it's not a real business unless you actually have control over your students. So number 5 is I want to be able to accept payments on day 1. If I have a flash of inspiration today and I want to pre-sell my course, I don't want to have to go through a lengthy approval process and be told my course needs to fit, this criteria or not. I want to be payment ready whenever I want to. And number 6 is I want to use a checkout flow that allows me, to make as much money as possible. Like, I don't want to leave money on the table for no reason. I want something that converts as high as possible. I want something that's like optimized for conversions. So a little secret that's actually probably not a very well-kept secret is you can do all of this on Teachable. It's why we built Teachable. And a quick win for everyone here on chat is, for those of you that don't have an account, I want you to go to teachable.com and create your free account. And the reason this is important is it's the first time your course idea goes from this thing in your mind, from this like concept in your brain, to like an actual tangible thing. It takes literally 30 seconds. Go do it. Come back and chat. We'll hang out. The stuff I'm going to cover in the next section is related to having done this. But just create your account, and for the first time, your course idea, this like concept or whatever, becomes a real thing. So type in a chat. But Nikki already has hers. Jess is asking, Nicole, is this a wise step for me?
Yes, Jess, you can definitely do this. You can create an account. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yep. DT has pre-sold. Yep, so guys, this becomes real, right? And again, we're going to dive into step 7. What's interesting is a lot of people kind of stop here. And in the past, our workshops used to stop here, where we teach you kind of how to build a website. You have a list, and then you just have to go ahead and launch it. But now what I'm going to talk about is like the unfair advantage. Anna has 2 schools. A bunch of people have schools. Andy has had a school for over a year, but has done nothing with it. Yep. So step 7 is where we're going to talk about the unfair advantage, which is the brand new stuff we've been working on. And I'm really excited to share it with you, because step 7 is doing a couple of small things and having massive results as a virtue of it. So if you're excited and ready to dive into step 7, your school is good to go. Type in, who's ready to dive into step 7? Type in me. Tell me, give me some energy, give me some excitement. We're going to dive into step 7 and figure out what are the simple changes you can do. What are the simple things you can do to maximize the number of students you get and maximize the amount of money you make per student. All right. Nikki says, let's go. Done. Me. Tequila's ready to go. Ashley's ready to go. All right, guys, let's do this. So I'm going to share a graph with you, and you might have to zoom in to kind of see it. I don't even know if you've ever seen this, Nicole, but this is the amount of course sales we process on Teachable.
I'm so excited about this. Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to calm down. Woo! Guys, this is brand new. I'm like really, really hyped to see these numbers.
Yep. Awesome. So this is a graph of our course sales every single day on the platform. So at the start of the year in February, you can see we're doing about $120,000 a day. In the last few weeks, we're now at about $350,000 a day. And this is a pretty dramatic jump up at this period over here. Interestingly enough, right here is when we launched the new checkout feature. Right there, where the arrow points, you can see in that time, we've gone from processing under $200,000 a day to about $350,000 a day. In fact, the last 2 days, we've been doing over 400. Yesterday, we did over $500,000. And the day before that, we did, I think, again, $450,000. So we've had a dramatic difference in our data based on these simple features. And I want you all to like, one, learn about them, two, set it up because it's so easy to do. So here's what we did. We created a brand new checkout flow that's allowed course creators to make more money than the way we were doing it before without too much work. So how do we do that? Two things, right? One, in the past, what we did is we had a pretty, let me see. Yeah. One is in the past, what we did is we required students to create an account before buying. So a lot of people would drop out of the process. And that was 100% our bad. We did it wrong. So we spent a lot of time rebuilding it. So we actually, charge for the course up front and then have someone create an account. Then the second thing we did is we realized you could increase your conversion rates as much as 50 to 100% by adding 6 elements to your checkout page that really help. And I'm gonna walk you through what the 6 elements are, how you can set that up in order to get more people to convert. And finally, we realized you could as much as double your course sales by adding a one-click upsell to your course, which is another brand new feature we built that I'm going to cover in a second. Let me walk you through these. The cool thing though is both these things, adding the conversion boosting elements and doubling your course sales with upsells, used to be really hard things that required workarounds. Now you can do them in literally minutes on Teachable. So let me walk you through this. So how do we get more students to enroll? The first thing is, as I said, there's 6 conversion boosting elements. Actually, let's play a game of this. Nicole, what do you think those 6 elements are on a good checkout page?
Oh my gosh, a good buy now button that's easy and clear to see.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, what else could it be? I guess like clear data, like clear details on what it is that you're buying with a clear bullet point. Definitely making sure that, pricing options that are clear, like payment plans. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank. What are the other 3?
All right, here we go. So here are the 6 things we found to work really well. Nicole got 3 of them. 1, your own branding. You want it to be consistent. You want consistent branding. You want it to kind of look and feel like your website, your sales page, have it all be a unified experience. Number 2, progress tracking. Okay, Number 2, progress tracking. Like for people to know where they are in the purchase process, complete purchase being the last step, knowing that they're inside the course right after. Number 3, and this is the one I expected you to guess, actually, Nicole. This is the one I'm disappointed you never got. But testimonials. Testimonials,
of course.
Testimonials, which is, everyone in chat got testimonials, which is if you're telling someone to buy a product, have someone else who's bought the product tell you why they chose it. What Denise guessed, actually, you got the bullet points, like Brad Hussey has this on his course, which is the benefits of joining the membership, no contracts, cancel anytime, access the entire library, kind of summarizing what they're getting. Number 5, and I think Denise got this, is the guarantee, the money back guarantee. Like what if it doesn't work out? 30-day money back guarantee. And guys, all of this stuff is like one click. Like for money back guarantee, for instance, we have like 5 really good graphics you can choose, or you can upload your own. Like it's all really simple. You don't have to dive into the code at all. It's all point and click. And number 6, and this is not really a thing, rather the lack of a thing, is the smallest amount of fields that people need to fill out. So we found that, we only ask for an email address outside of credit card information in order to have someone buy. So reducing the number of fields actually improved the conversion rates. And now bonus, number 7, and I don't know how much we've even talked about this, Nicole, but this is something that we're very close to launching. We're beta testing, but we have a lot of great people on Teachable. Outside of Nicole, all of these people here are on Teachable, but something we've been working on for a very long time, they're really excited to announce coming soon, is when someone buys a course on any of these people's websites, Teachable websites, and has their credit card attached to the course, and they come to your website for the first time, even if they've never bought a course from you before, and we have their credit card information, they can now buy your course with 1 click. So we're bringing 1-click payments to the entire network, almost like Amazon, where if someone has bought a course, they can now buy your course with 1 single click if we know their credit card information. So it brings 1-click payments to the entire network. So someone buys Pat Flynn's course and they're on your website, they can now buy with 1 single click. And this is something we've worked really hard at, because we have at this point over 1 million people with a My Teachable account with saved credit cards. We have 7 million students overall. We've been thinking a lot about what can we do in order to make the network better for everyone.
Wait,
and this is Go ahead.
Wait, so I'm trying to understand the awesomeness of this because I really want to make sure my returns get it. So this is basically like the Amazon effect. This is where you go on Amazon, you're looking for one thing like diapers, but then you end up adding in baby wipes and some onesies and some bibs, and before you know it, you checked out of your cart and you spent hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
I get to have this effect as well.
Yep. The only difference is obviously we're never going to promote, like on your site, we're never going to promote anything but your course. It's only your stuff. But if someone has bought on somewhere else, they don't have to re-enter their payment information. They can make an implemented purchase, even if they're brand new to your site, because we have their credit card information. So it's just one-click checkout across the entire board. So if someone buys a course anywhere, they can buy a course with one click. So this is, as I said, this is something that we've worked at really, really hard, and we're really excited because there's no one else doing this out there. And the more people that use our checkout, the better it gets for everyone. So,
that's awesome. That's like, that makes me cheer for Pat even more.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, exactly.
Collect all those credit card info, please. Especially before my launch, please get it done.
The other thing it also makes really easy is joint venture partnerships. Because if you're going to start promoting someone else's course, they can buy it with one click. So joint venture partnerships become a lot easier, a lot more powerful. And Pat's on it. So he has a big launch coming up. So now's probably a good time to hit him up.
I know, right? I'm like, this is great, guys. Everybody, please just go ahead and put your info in there. It works for me.
So, all right. So here's how. So again, creating a conversion boosting checkout page is really simple. It takes 15 minutes. I want you all, when you do your launch, to spend 15 minutes doing it. Like, put in a testimonial, choose a guarantee picture. It's so easy. It's free money. Just do it. Absolutely. So the second thing we're going to do, so that's the first set of new changes, which is creating a better checkout page in order to get more students. Number two is, okay, for every student that buys, how can we get twice as much, we'll talk about the math behind it, but twice as much money as before with one simple change. And the way we do it is by having a one-click upsell. So Nicole, do you want to tell people what a one-click upsell is?
Sure. It's if you have something else that's great and awesome and pertains to the consumer, all they have to do is click once, add it to their cart, and check out just like everything else.
Yep. So we recently built the ability to have a one-click upsell, which means, there's some research showing that after people, when they're buying something, it activates a certain part of your brain that makes you more likely to keep buying stuff because it feels good and it rewards you. So when you present someone with a targeted offer to buy something right after they buy your course, you can convert as much as 30 to 40% of people to buy the second thing. And the second thing can be anything. Obviously people think about selling other courses, but it can be one-on-one coaching. It can be worksheets. It can be a private community. It can be a membership site. It can be a Q&A. It can be a live event. There's so much stuff you can use one-click upsells for that's more than just a course. And when implemented correctly, it can dramatically change the amount of money you make. And not just that, very often it can allow you to provide something to customers that otherwise would not make economical sense. So, it might normally not make, like, customers might want to be able to do live office hours with you every week, but it would not make financial sense. But with upsells, you can add it as an upsell, make more money, and now you can serve them better. So let me quickly walk you through some upsells, and so you can see what the math looks like behind the scenes, but you can double or triple how much you make from each customer. So we have Scott Lindquist, for instance, he's a massage therapist. He helps people get more clients. He made his first one-click upsell, and his base course is $95. But right after you buy a $95 course, you get $100 off his $519 course. So the offer is like, hey, you just spent $100. I really appreciate it. I'm giving you $100 off this other thing if you want to buy. So it's almost like a buy one and you get a discount on the other one. And he started converting almost 20% of people with that offer. So all of a sudden, his $100 purchase, 1 out of every 5 people spent an additional $419. So he's now making $183 per sale versus $100. And people are happy. People are happy because he gave them the opportunity to buy something else at a discount. So all of a sudden, his $10,000 launch is now an $18,000 launch with this one additional change, right? Like, how easy is this? You literally, again, takes 10 minutes to set up if you already have another course. You set this up and you're now making twice as much for the exact same thing. So that's one idea, which is using another course. There's a lot of things you can do here. I'm going to walk through some other examples just to get your brain, thinking of all the things you can upsell, but there's so much stuff you can do here. Number 2 is personal one-on-one time with you. So Charlie Hone, for instance, is a course on landing a job you love. Charlie has an offer to, coach people to actually help them land a job they love after at $800. And again, if 20% of people buy the upsell, for a lot of people, this is a great, great, great like way of getting one-on-one time with your mentor. He starts again making almost twice as much with every single sale, and people are happy about this. Nicole said she'll have stats and data on this feature. She's going to add Fierce Clarity as an upsell. Nicole, I'm super curious to see how it goes. Like it's going to.
Yeah, me too. Fierce Clarity goes really well with 1K one day, as a lot of my rich friends on here know. So I'm going to be offering it as a discounted upsell during this launch. So really interested to see what those numbers look like.
Yep. So guys, I want, Nicole told us how she's going to use it. I would love if you typed into chat telling us how you plan to use this. Like what upsells are you thinking of? How much do you think you can do in course sales by adding an upsell? Ro wants to do personal one-on-one coaching. Type it into chat. And while you guys are working on that, I promise you a free gift. I think we'll have someone from Teachable drop it in, but we'll drop in a link to the free ebook to thank you for staying with us thus far. Someone from Teachable will drop it in, but you can click there, download it. Thank you guys for being here. We're almost to the Q&A. Just quickly going to walk you through a couple of other, upsell opportunities to get your brain thinking. Tequila wants to sell one-on-one coaching. Ashton wants to sell one-on-one coaching. Nikki says, how do you integrate with tools for scheduling? We can talk about that in the Q&A. Lots of different ways of doing that. Be a workbook. But yeah, other upsells are you can do office hours. So instead of doing one-to-one coaching, you can offer like an hour office hour to anyone that actually signs up for this event. So it's a win-win. Your students can ask you questions as a group. There's a lot of cool things you can upsell. Again, the math works out really well. I'm not going to, keep breaking down. Ro could offer a freedom session as upsell. Anne Marie could offer one-on-one coaching. Lots of cool stuff. So number 4 is you can also have live events. A lot of people can have a live event as an upsell. So we're experimenting with this. I don't know if you know this, Nicole, actually, but Phil from FinCon is now using Teachable.
Oh, no way! That's awesome.
And his virtual passes are being sold, like the online version of FinCon is being sold through Teachable. We're going to try and see if we can experiment with selling the actual event ticket as an upsell.
Oh, that's going to be so cool. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it should be fun. Number 5, you can have services. Whatever, very often your course teaches people how to do something. Like your course might teach people how to buy Facebook ads. You can offer actually, doing the Facebook ads for them as a service. So if your course teaches copywriting, you can write their first page as a service. Again, super logical upsell, and the math on services is obviously really, really, really good. So guys, these are just 5 ideas. There are so many ways of, upselling stuff. The problem with upsells is in the past, they were a complete pain to set up. You needed design, you needed a developer, you needed the payment processing to all work together. You needed to integrate it with Teachable or wherever you're delivering stuff. They were just really, really complicated. We've made it absurdly simple to, in an ideal world, set it up in under 5 minutes. Like really, really simple. You choose the offer, you choose the discount, you upload a video if you want to, and you're good to go. So awesome. All right, guys, we've covered a lot of information and we are right on time. Look at that, Nicole. It's 2:59.
I love it.
We are exactly on time. Guys, a big virtual round of applause for all of you. Like, Nicole, this is the most engaged audience. Like literally everyone that was here is still here.
Was chatting it up. That's how we do it.
Yep. This is awesome, guys. This has been, a blast. Nicole and Teachable have worked together to bring a special offer to you that I'm going to go over in a second. After that, we're going to hang out here and take some questions. Now, before getting the special offer, I would love to hear from you. If you had one kind of takeaway today, what has been your number 1 biggest takeaway today on this workshop? Nicole, what was yours? What was the one kind of big takeaway you've had today?
I can literally tell you guys, and I'll drop a screenshot in the Facebook group. I sent a message right away saying, hey, did we set up our upsell for Fierce Clarity? Because I want to make sure that I don't lose out on that coin, because that's a big one and you have the data to back it up.
Yep, this is awesome. Tequila's thing is upselling is easy. This is upsells. Yeah, a lot of people. Takeaway. Okay, so I don't know this person's name because their name says I'm so excited to learn, but she actually has my favorite takeaway, which is this is doable. Like, if I can help more,
doable.
Like this is not hard. Like we can simplify this, break this down into easy steps. And honestly, if even one person takes away today that this is doable and does it, this would be totally, totally worth it.
That's totally true. I mean, I just look at your stats and your numbers. If only one of us decides to actually jump up and do it, you're probably making something like $5,000 in a month. Yep. So yeah, this is definitely worth it.
Yep, absolutely. So I want your biggest takeaway to be that you can do it. A bunch of people for whom like this is a lot of information might still be feeling a little bit like this, which I think is a great picture. But really, that's part of why, you know, we've come together with Nicole to create a special offer to combine the two aspects that I think are really important. One, the technology, which we've talked a lot about, and two, the training, the proven plan from people like Nicole that have done it before to achieve it. And that's why, you know, today we've combined both of these to create a special offer for you called the Teachable Method, where it starts off with the Teachable Professional Plan, which is our gold standard. It's what, you know, it's what everyone uses. It's what you need to run a successful business. And it has all the main features. It has, you know, unlimited one-click upsells, saved credit cards, the checkout flow, customizable look and feel. There's no transaction fee. You receive your money right away. It's the gold standard if you want to, you know, get your course running. And if you buy the Teachable Professional Plan today, and we'll talk more about all that's there because there's a ton of stuff. Like we'll pay for your video hosting. You know, there's no limit on the number of courses, no limit on the number of students, no limit on the amount of money you can make. There's literally people making 6 figures a month on the professional plan, which is $99 a month. And if you buy the professional plan today on this webinar, we're giving you a ton of additional stuff just included. So if you buy the professional plan, we're giving you our flagship course that I told you about, the Profitable Teacher, which is, you know, worth $350. It's our step-by-step guide that's like this webinar, but just in a lot more detail. So it has the 18 strategies for building your email list, for instance, and it covers all the topics in this webinar, but in much more detail, including a lot of done-for-you resources. Like, you know, we'll just give you a course marketing plan, a calendar, a checklist, email templates, stuff that you can copy and paste, recycle to like have a successful course launch just automatically, just on default. Like this is what we've made a lot of people go through. The goal with that course is at the end of it, you will have students and revenue, and then you're ready to dive more into what we talked about in this webinar, which is upsells. And we have an exclusive online masterclass, just 3 hours on October 11th that you also get, which is held by Randall, our head of content, where she's going to walk you through upsells in depth with case studies, a tech training, show you exactly how to set them up. And the goal is by the end of that masterclass, you would have set up your upsell live on there on October 11th. If you can't catch that, you know, we'll have a recording as well included for anyone that buys this offer of the upsell masterclass. And then very generously, Nicole has decided to, Nicole, do you want to tell us about Fierce Clarity?
So I know that a bunch of you guys are still sitting on the Fierce Clarity thing. A lot of you guys are like, I don't know how to sort out my ideas. I'm freaking out because I don't know if I have anything that's solid, that's good enough, that's going to work. And you're all wondering, if I'm going to make a course, how do I sort out my ideas? Well, if indeed you decide that this is something you want to jump on, if you decide that this is something that makes sense for you, I'm going to gift you Fierce Clarity because I want you to go through that experience. I want you to, above anything else, you guys, I want you to see the how of how I set up Fierce Clarity as you watch it, so that way you can start visualizing how to set up your course. Fierce Clarity is terrific. It is a great place to start, and it's something that you can do too. So I want you guys to have it, and I'm happily throwing it in with all this awesomeness from Team Teachable.
That is awesome. So everyone, yeah, the chat's going crazy. You have the Fierce Clarity. Guys, you have Nicole's Fierce Clarity included as well. And to round this up is we want to give you like literally everything. So there's a software, there's a training, and then we also want to give you help. We also want to give you like the human touch to help you kind of overcome all objections. So we're also throwing in 8 weeks of live group coaching calls with either Cameron or someone from Team Teachable on Friday afternoons, where you sit down. It's almost like a private mastermind group where you're just hanging out, going through your issues, can have tech help, workshopping stuff included for 8 weeks after this. And, you know, if that wasn't enough, we're also on the professional plan giving you 2 1-hour sessions to get everything set up. So you have the group coaching and 2 1-hour one-on-one sessions. Yeah, I know.
I know, right? You don't understand. That is so massively huge right there.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yep. 2 1-hour sessions. And these are all Teachable brand ambassadors that set up schools for millions of people before, well, millions, thousands of people before. And, the tech help, helping you find stuff, helping you overcome objections, whatever you have, they will take care of for you. So you literally get everything. You're getting the exact software that, that Nicole has used, that all of us have used to grow our online course business. Like all of this stuff, the professional plan, the flagship program, the upsell masterclass, the recording of the upsell masterclass, fierce clarity, group, and on the professional plan, group Q&A coaching, concierge onboarding. And literally all you have to do is buy Teachable at the regular price. That's all you have to do. You literally buy Teachable at the regular price, professional plan at $99 a month, and you're getting all of this at no additional charge. So you're paying the same amount you would pay otherwise, but you get it at no additional charge. And not just that, we decided to, even for people just getting started, extend this offer, excluding the one-on-one help and the group Q&A coaching, on the basic plan as well for $39 a month. So at the basic plan, outside of the one-on-one coaching, and one-on-one onboarding and group coaching, you still get everything you still get every single thing. All you have to do is hit the orange button up there. It should show up there. Go through the flow, upgrade your Teachable plan at exactly the same price. And that's all there is. All right. So, and we have a little something extra. Any product we've ever sold, there's 100% money back guarantee. You have 30 days to go through everything, set up your school, download everything. And if by the end of that you decide it's not right for you, we'll give you a full refund. We're not a get rich quick scheme that's trying to take every last dollar. If you buy this and realize it's not for you, there's a no questions asked money back guarantee. That's all you have to do. Just tell us, hey, this wasn't for me. You get your money back for the first 30 days if you think so. So we also have a little something extra for anyone here live today. For anyone here live today, if you do this while Nicole and I are on Q&A, and we'll probably hang out for 20, 30 minutes for Q&A. If you do this live, we're also going to give you the course creation workshop series, which is, a summit we held a year ago that has 12 workshops with course creation experts covering their specialty. So we have Mariah Cause talking about how to have your first 5K launch and choosing a course topic, an hour-long masterclass from Melissa Griffin on creating a high-converting sales funnel, an hour-long masterclass from Caleb Wojcik on creating beautiful video, hour-long masterclass with Sean McCabe. These are only available if you upgrade live. So what I need from you is, if you upgrade live, I want you to type it into chat saying, I just upgraded, or I'm in, or something, so we know you came in live and can make sure you get the bonuses for coming in live as well. Does that make sense? There's a lot of stuff here. I'll go into it in a little more detail. But if you upgrade, type it into chat saying, hey, I just joined you. I just joined live, so that we can make sure you to get the bonuses for showing up live as well. So, Nicole, are you ready to jump into some Q&A? All right, I think we lost Nicole. All right, guys, so we're going to jump into some Q&A right now. All right. All right, so for people that are already on the pro plan, so for people that are confused with the $39 versus $99 a month plan, the $39 a month plan is the Teachable basic plan. It has a lot of the awesome features of the professional plan, but it does not have upsells. It has a 5% transaction fee instead of no transaction fee, but you can still get a bunch of the other bonuses if you want to start with the basic and then move to the professional plan when you're finally ready, if that makes sense. So the basic plan has unlimited courses, unlimited students, all of that, but the big differences are 5% transaction fee, payouts are once a month versus instant, and there's no upsells. But you can always, for instance, you can switch plans anytime. So you can start off at 39 and then move to 99, or start off at 99, then move to 39, whichever one works. All right, hopefully Nicole is joining. Oh, there she is.
Here I am.
Awesome. Welcome back. So can I still do a course for the $39 month plan? Yes, absolutely. You can do a course. You can have unlimited courses at $39 a month plan. There's just a 5% transaction fee when you buy, but again, you can always move plans. So And you still get all the bonuses at $39 a month, except the one-on-one help and the group coaching. You get everything else at the $39 a month plan too. So it might be a good starting point for a bunch of people.
That's right. And you guys know how I feel about that. I mean, I do know that several of you will likely need a little bit of hands-on assistance, if for nothing else but to hold you accountable and make sure that you actually get it done. We know who you are. You know, I'm not going to call out names, but we know who you are. So if that is indeed the case, and you know you need that push, and you know that you're probably going to have a freak out or two where you're like, I need to pick up the phone and set up time to talk to someone for an hour, even if it's just when it's done, to walk through it and make sure that it's technically right. It's very, very useful to have that. You guys know how much private coaching goes, and you're going to get 2 calls, one that can help you with setup and one that can help you with making sure it closes out correctly. So this is definitely something you want to look into. You guys also know how I feel about different organizations. So the thing that I wanted to talk about is the importance of working with the right people. So you guys know I really only support a handful of companies in this industry. Teachable is the only company that I work with for any sort of course management software. I have worked with other companies. I did switch to Teachable before my Cycle 4 launch. It was about a week out, and it was because of some of the technical things, and it was really because of the customer service things. It was because of the hands-on concierge service and the fact that they really align with the values and the giving and all that good stuff. So so switching to Teachable wasn't, you know, a light gesture, and it's great because over time I built this friendship with Encore, and I've seen how he operates, and we're very similar. He's one of our type of people where he treats his people with respect. He's a giver. He's listening to his community, and as you can see, I mean, some of the changes they've updated are things that we've proposed. So Encore, I think you really covered it by sharing so much valuable information with us. I have to ask you a couple questions if it's okay, because anytime we can have like a CEO on the line, we always want to do it. So you've been doing this for a while now, and I think that one of us would love to hear, you know, what keeps you going every day? You know, because this is a type of thing that you really do change lives. Like, you are helping people pay their rent and helping families pay school fees. I mean, you know, are you aware of the magnitude of the awesomeness of being able to do something like this?
No, absolutely. I mean, so there are 2 different layers to this, right? One, and again, they both correspond to why we do this. One is our customers, which is something I remind people, because anytime, occasionally, like, we're not perfect. Whenever we ever get a feature wrong or something wrong and people get upset with us, I remind people that it's because for a lot of people, we are their livelihood. You know, we enable people to make an income, and because of that, we are very, very essential to them. And that's such a privilege for us to be able to do that, that it like makes this whole thing worth it. And even from a hiring perspective, I think we are able to attract really, really amazing people to work here for that reason. There's a lot of people that come from, you know, relatively unfulfilling. We have a lot of people that came from finance or advertising or different backgrounds. And the fact that you can work here and help people make a positive impact brings the right kind of people to work here, which takes me to my second part about this. And it's, again, it sounds super, super cliched, but the reason like I do this and the reason this works is not just the customers, but each and every single person in this room working with me. Like, I played team sports growing up, and this is like, you know, this just makes this whole thing super, super worth it to have 60 amazing people that we're all building this together with. Like, you know, we went on a retreat all together, all of us, 2 weeks ago, and just like looking around and seeing this entire team, like, we're like a family here. And that's awesome. That's just a huge part of my motivation and everyone else's motivation over here.
That's awesome. I love it. And it's cool because you guys know Encore actually used the Teachable headquarters to host us for our YCE retreat. This, I think it was just like a week or 2 ago. And that's just literally how open he is. Like, they share everything. They help everyone. They're really, really dedicated. I think that's one of the things that a couple of us want to touch on. So that's the thing that's great. Obviously, the Pro package has that hands-on concierge support, which basically is like you're throwing it in for free because the price point does not add up. But that's how you do things. You just want people to get it up there. So at the $39 range, I just want to let you guys know the customer service process and just how people are available to help support.
Sorry, you cut off for a second. You said it's $39 a month.
Yeah, so I was saying at the $39 a month range. I know I came in at a lower level and just increased as necessary.
Yep.
And also just let you guys know, I pay for the $299 package. So I don't have these bonuses. I'm literally going to squeeze Ankar's arm and ask him to send me these bonuses because I don't get them. So. But that said, at the $39 range, what can people expect in terms of your customer service? Like,
absolutely. So
what is it like?
Something we've invested very, very heavily in this year. To give you a sense of scale, we actually had a post in our Facebook group where we outlined this. At the start of the year, we had 4 people working full-time in customer care. Now we have 20. And not only 20 people in customer care, we're looking at bringing in another customer care office very soon. And again, so our customer care team now works in this year, we've expanded from working 5 days a week to 7 days a week. Our first response times right now during business hours, which is 7 days a week, 10 to 6 Eastern, is under an hour. Overall response times are under 3 hours. And right now we're in the process of experimenting with real-time support. So how can we give live chat? How can we give like real-time help too? So again, we're not just trying to innovate on the product. We're also trying to innovate on the customer care department as to how can we continually give better and better and better support to people as we're coming further along. And I mean, honestly, a shout out to our customer care team that's come such a long way this year. At the start of this year, we grew honestly a little bit fast, and our customer care team did not grow at the same rate, but since we've made incredible progress this year, and we have a team of 20 people here that work 7 days a week. And it's been great to watch.
That's so awesome. So I know that the onboarding calls and this one-on-one package that's part of this pro process is like a new fancy pants thing that we're getting. So can you tell us a little bit about what that entails? Like, what are these onboarding calls actually like?
So I mean, it's not something we offer normally. We only offer it because this is a workshop that we're doing together. Like, it's not something that you can come to our website and get. But really, we have onboarding ambassadors that are vetted, teachable ambassadors and experts that are almost like teachable gurus. They know everything there is to know about the platform. So it's a little bit like choose your own adventure, where you can go into the call and people use it very differently. Some people use it as a tech tutorial help. Some people use it to workshop course ideas, because ultimately these are all course creators that are just very, very, very good at the technology side of things, and we've vetted them. So it's really up to what you want help with. Some people can have it be very technical, like, hey, I have trouble setting my domain up. Like, can you help me walk me through that process? Some people it's tactical, like, hey, do you think I should have my upsell for this or that? It's really what you want to do, but it's someone that's very, very, very good with teachable courses. And I think right now we rotate between 5 different ambassadors. I don't know which one you're going to get, but they're all very, very good. And at this point, they've all worked with hundreds of people each, and you can choose exactly what you want them to help you with.
I love that because how many of us know that we just need someone who's going to give us that like place to just bounce our ideas off of. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, I just literally need the pro where I can bounce my ideas. So I know that everyone was asking if we could see that deck one more time with all the perks and benefits and fancy pants stuff, because everyone wanted to see that slide just to make sure that we knew kind of what was available to us as an option. Guys, I'm super excited about this, and we are going to be talking about this in the community some more. Definitely. You guys feel free to hop into the YC group and let people know that, if you missed it, just get on there really quick. I've been trying to tell people to get on here because I don't want you guys to miss it. And then we can definitely back in the group form accountability partners. Dino, you nailed it. If we partner up, we actually can get these things uploaded. And I would love to see what happens in terms of a combined financial outcome from all of us actually launching. Like, I want to go back to Encore and be like, my rich friends launched and we did over $1 million.
We have a great data team now. We can track that stuff.
Do you know how cool that would be if we? Okay, so Encore, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire. If we do $1 million as a community before like the end of 2018 with launching, can we come over and have a party?
Yep, done.
$1 million party!
Done.
Woo!
Done.
Oh my gosh, it's a thing. It's a thing.
And we actually do have the technology to track everyone that's upgrading on this webinar and over the next few days. And I'll have to check with my data team before I'm making promises.
I know, right?
But I also think I can give you like updates. You can ask me in March, how are we doing? You can ask me in May, how are we doing?
Yeah.
And I can keep you updated.
How cool would that be, you guys?
Yeah.
Like, if we all pull together and we hit that $1 million mark because we actually launch, that is worth it. Okay. And we're going to march in there. We're going to be like, we're the $1 million crew. And like people need to know us because we're doing it. We're making it happen. So that's so awesome and so worth it. And I think everyone's pretty excited about that idea.
So on the slide, one last time, just for everyone, any questions? If you get the professional plan or the basic plan, you get our flagship program, The Profitable Teacher. You get an advanced upsell masterclass, both the live event on October 11th, as well as a recording. You get Nicole's course, Fierce Clarity. Don't forget about that. And 8 weeks of live group Q&A coaching on the Pro Plan and 2 hours of one-on-one onboarding on the Pro Plan. And for anyone who upgrades live today and types it into chat, you get the bonus course creation workshop series, just 12-hour-long workshops from, course creation experts like Mariah Cos, Melissa Griffin, Caleb Wojcik. All of this just for either the Pro Plan at $99 or the basic plan at $39, but the basic plan does not include the 2 pro features over here.
I love that. That's so huge. And all I can think is if we all just do our part, if we all just get in there, get our courses up, even if it's a mini course, launch, right? And we do anything from, just a couple $1,000s to several $100,000, which is possible. I'm claiming it. We are going to hit that $1 million mark. And Encore, I'm telling you, you better be ready. Get the champagne.
We're ready, get
the champagne over.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Yes, no, I can, let me know whenever you want an update and I can update you with how we're all doing. All right, so a bunch of people have joined us. This is great.
Super excited. You guys, I am so excited and so proud of you for jumping on and not only take the time out to learn valuable information, because it's not every day that you get to be in the room with the CEO. We're all CEOs, but now we get to be in a room with someone who's actually making dreams come true. But you also took advantage of this opportunity to actually get it done with accountability built in and with a support system built in and with one-on-one coaching built in. No more sitting around hoping and dreaming and letting the world wait on your gift. So Encore, thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Nicole. This has been a complete blast. It's been a pleasure. Guys, I know you're going to take the after party to your group, but this has been a blast. You can feel free to reach out to us at any time. We're on Twitter. You know where to find us. Nicole, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for having us. All right, guys, I'll see you back in the group.
All right.